Safety and Fire by Mother Fluffer. Chapter 8. Engie decided to leave it until last minute the next day to surprise Izuku with the trip to UA. Izuku's eyes lit up when Engie told him the plans for that day. "But what about your work?" Izuku asked. Engie smiled and ruffled his hair. "My sidekicks are on the case. They are all good heroes, and I know they will be just fine without me," Engie said. "Besides, right now, making sure we plan everything right to make sure you are not put in unnecessary danger is my main priority. Which is why Nezu is helping us out. And we might be able to get you a chance to meet Eraserhead." Izuku's heterochronic eyes widened happily. "Really?" he asked. "We'll have to ask him, but underground heroes prefer to stay hidden. But he may be able to help us out," Engie told him. Izuku beamed excitedly. Rei smiled softly and wrapped a scarf around Izuku's neck. "It's a little cold today, so keep warm," she told him. Izuku nodded to her and happily took Engie's hand as they left the home. Rei watched them go from the door with a small smile. Izuku couldn't help but remain close to Engie. It was pretty cold outside and he was warm. He tried to keep close when they got to UA, but he was clearly too taken with where he was, looking already, everything and anything catching his interest. Engie chuckled and ruffled his hair. "Come on, Izuku. Everyone will be waiting for us," Engie told him. "Oh, right. Sorry." Izuku blushed. "I'm sure Nezu will let me show you around later. Or maybe Toya. He is studying here after all." Engie smiled. Izuku nodded. Izuku happily hugged his Gramps and Night Eye. The two pros seemed so relieved to see him again. Tsukauchi moved to stand by Engie, giving him a small smile. Engie pulled out his phone and showed him a picture Rei had sent last night of Izuku and Shoto sleeping in a hug. Tsukauchi smiled softly. He had not seen Izuku so at peace since before that day. "Ah, you must be young Izuku. I have heard so much about you." Nezu came in grinning. Izuku jumped a little, hiding behind Engie's leg. Nezu smiled sadly. "Sorry for scaring you." Izuku peeked at the animal nervously. Nezu wanted to frown when he saw the child. He looked so much like Inko and Toshi together. But there was so much pain in his eyes, and it hurt the mammal to know how much his own parents hurt him. How the #1 hero failed in his most important duty. "We are quite alike, aren't we?" Nezu said softly, a tone that confused the other heroes. Izuku looked at Nezu, confused. "We are?" he asked, not hiding behind Engie as much. "Yeah, we were both hurt by people we should have trusted, and our own trust failed us, and leads us to nothing but pain." Nezu spoke softly. "Me and those scientists are like your parents and you. I don't want them to break you, as I saw so many others like me do." Izuku approached Nezu carefully. "I want to be a hero that helps you. We all want to help you." Izuku glanced around everyone, eyes shining softly. "Really?" he asked. Nezu took his hands and smiled. "Really, and lucky for you, I have joined in and have so many ways and plans. I am quite tempted to make your parents regret ever hurting you. If I did that, we could get you immediately removed and put into Endeavor's care," Nezu said. "I could stay with them forever?" Izuku repeated, his voice showing hints of his excitement. Engie almost burst into flames of pride at that, but he felt his quirk stop. The door had opened. "You could, and this hero will play A key part. Young Izuku, I would like you to meet, Nezu began. Eraserhead! Izuku gasped. The underground hero, shocked from his quirk, used to stare at the kid. Izuku rushed to him and began doing an oddly circling jump around him, sprouting unintelligible nonsense. And you should cut your hair, he stopped. What did you just say, brat? He asked, annoyed. Izuku squeaked at his tone and words, quickly rushing to Enji and hiding behind him again, muttering apologies. Eraser, this is Yagi Izuku, son of All Might, Nezu said. He could see the look of disgust on the underground hero's face. We know he is being abused and neglected by his family. That got Eraser staring at the kid differently. Izuku peeked back at him. And I heard that you were his favorite hero. I felt he would feel better knowing you will be looking out for him when he has to go home for the time being. Eraser could only watch the boy oddly now. Abused. Yeah, he could see that. From how he stood to how his eyes would never make real eye contact. He sighed and knelt down, beckoning the kid closer. Izuku seemed much more nervous, but did let himself to wander over. Eraser took his hands and took a deep breath. I promise you, I will make sure to help you get out of there, Eraser said. Izuku smiled softly. Thank you, he said. Also, about your hair, you can count it to see your time limited. Izuku told him. It's a clear disadvantage. Eraser stared at him in shock. Nezu laughed. The kid is right. You should listen to him, Nezu nodded, and patted Izuku's head. Izuku, can I ask for your opinions on a few things? Izuku had his attention taken by the principal and followed after him. Don't call him brat. I have seen his mother call him that too many times when he just has the smallest hint of a smile, Torino told him. I am still a little confused, Eraser muttered. Then let us fill you in. But you aren't going to like it. Enji sighed, clearly displeased with the idea of having to share the story again. But Izuku was happily looking over quirk analysis with Nezu, so now would be their best chance to catch him up on everything. Hey everyone, it's Tempe again. That's the end of this chapter, and if you liked this, please follow the links in the description to go to the original work and support the author. If you like this, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If you have any suggestions for fanfictions or how to make this better, please leave a comment, or you can send the suggestion to my email in the description. Alright, thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.